There have been great strides made in the LGBT community over the last few years with the legalization of gay marriage. However, people are still extremely intolerant of homosexuality.
Conversion therapy is a type of treatment that will revert gay and trans people back to their normal selves. Many medical professionals have proved that conversion therapy is a discredited process, one that utilizes torturous methods to try and convince people that their sexual and gender identities are invalid. It is generally known that the majority of people who go through conversion therapy end up committing suicide because of the stress levels of their repressed identity is too much to bear.
I really don't agree with it. I don't think that it should be happening, especially in America, this kind of country, where we have supposedly, religious freedom. It just doesn't make sense to me because I guess the belief comes down to some people think that gay people choose to be gay, and that's not the case at all, at least what I think, in my opinion, as someone who is gay myself. I believe that we're born with it. It might even be genetic, so to try to force someone to be something that they're not, that's not okay.
Out of the 50 states in the U.S., only 5, including D.C., have laws that ban conversion therapy for minors, despite how harmful and inhumane it has been proven to be.
A few politicians have even spoken out about this harmful process, including Hillary Clinton herself.
And we're going to end the harmful practice of so-called conversion therapy. LGBT kids don't need to be cured of anything. They just need to be accepted and embraced and respected.
It is also notable that Mike Pence may be a supporter of conversion therapy himself. His website gave his stance on the Ryan White Care Act, a program authorized to give federal funding for HIV and AIDS patients. When it was stated that Congress should support the reauthorization of the Ryan White Care Act only after completion of an audit to ensure that federal dollars were no longer being given to organizations that celebrate and encourage the types of behaviors that facilitate the spreading of the HIV virus. Resources should be directed towards those institutions which provide assistance to those seeking to change their sexual behavior.
As much as I disagree with gay people, I really don't think causing them pain would help. I think that would pretty much send them off deeper.
So, in this presidential election, it's pretty evident that Mike Pence is against gay people. And in the past, there has been evidence that shows he supports conversion therapy, and he has made bills that are strictly and directly against people who are LGBTQ. So what are your thoughts on the fact that our vice president elect is in support of these things?
I voted for him and Trump, so I'm all for whatever they're for.
Whether or not you agree with the LGBTQ rights movement, it is fairly clear that conversion therapy is not a humane option to fixing what some call an issue. Take this boy's telling of his childhood ruined by conversion therapy as an example.
Samuel was beaten repeatedly by his father after innocently telling him, age 12, that he was attracted to his friend. He was told he had AIDS, that he was the only gay person in the country, and the government would kill him if they found out.
Some of Samuel's experiences included his hands burnt and frozen with ice while he was shown images of men hugging, electrocuted for a month while shown explicit pictures of men, and has since been excommunicated by his family and warned by his father that he will shoot him on sight if he ever comes home.
At this point, I was completely done. God did not want me on this earth anymore. So we lived on a 3-story building. I told my sister goodbye, and I walked to the roof. So my mom finds me up on the roof, says, she will love me again if I will just change, because my sister had tattled on me. My mom's up there, she'll love me again if I'll just change, which is not the thing to say to a person standing on the edge of a building. At this point, I'm a logical person again, and it shines through. This is only 3 stories, and if I don't die, this is going to hurt worse than the others. So I run back into my mom's arms saying, you know what? I'm changed. It's done. It worked. Epiphany from God.
So there's actually a story of a boy who went through conversion therapy as a minor. He was put in there by his parents, who were Baptist, I believe. So what do you think about that?
I think it's ridiculous and very misguided. And pretty horrible that that kid had to go through that.
Yeah. So he's fine now. He's been excommunicated from the church, and his family.
Shocker.
His family refuses to speak to him, and his dad said that his dad said that if he ever came home or talked to any of the family members, that he would shoot him like straight, like without even like blinking.
Dad's lost. Dad's lost. He's lost his son, so it's dad's lost.
So any final opinions that you have on conversion therapy?
I think that right now our country is in a very interesting state, and that the most we can do is be kind to one another. That's what Ellen says every day when she signs off of her show, and that's something that I like truly believe in. And I think that like we just need to be kind to one another, because if you're nice to other people, they'll be nice back to you, and it's a full circle effect. So it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight or transgender, like doesn't matter. You just have to be nice, even if someone's mean to you. Just gotta be nice to them. So that's how I feel about it.
Despite the controversy with conversion therapy, millions of homosexuals are vulnerable to this practice and are being forced to change who they are.
Whether you support conversion therapy or not, it really is known to be a torturous method that reverts LGBT plus people back to what they aren't.
We have to bring awareness to this issue and keep it a topic for modern debate in hopes of creating policies against this harmful process. Now it's up to you to decide whether we should end this once and for all.